Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to McCall Media TV with myself, Angela McCall. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the business-to-business digital sales funnel. Now, there are lots of different ways of interpreting what a digital sales funnel is all about. And my method and approach is just one concept, but I'm going to give you a bit of a top level overview of what is involved and how it can work for you in your business, just to familiarize yourselves and help you guys get a little bit more understanding as to what to expect. So if you haven't been here before, please do click that subscribe button on your YouTube channel and the bell next to it to stay notified, so that when I publish videos, you guys will be informed about it, which is generally on a weekly basis. And if you've not been here before, McCall Media TV is a small channel dedicated to helping small business owners around the globe conquer their online digital marketing efforts using today's technologies and in whatever form that may be. Okay, so we're going to dive on over to my left-hand monitor, where you can see that I have basically got a infographic that I've designed here to basically walk you through what happens at each one of these 7 different stages of a business-to-business digital sales funnel. So if we look at the top half of the funnel, first of all, this is all about the lead generation process. This is about nurturing people that know nothing about you, who you are, what you're about, and getting them to become familiar with you, so that they start to like you, they start to know about you, they got to realise, you know, you're there, that come pop into their mind whenever they have a problem or they need a solution in something that it is that your business delivers as a service. So if we have a quick look at this before we dive on down the bottom, there are basically 4 sections. Traffic is essentially how you get people to your website or your landing page. So your website, this would be running a generic funnel. So this is when you see things like join my email marketing list at the bottom of the website in the footer area. It's not deliberately advertising a specific purpose or a product or a service. It's just generally there capturing people's interests. Whereby if you was obviously trying to promote a specific product, service, an event or something like that, then you've got a specific cause, you'd probably send someone to a landing page, whereby then the information on that page is specific just to that purpose, and it's a lot more powerful for your audience to follow through and actually be built into your mailing list and so on. So traffic itself, let's start with number 1. Traffic is basically how you find your audience, your prospective clients. They're completely cold, more than likely. So traffic can come from your own email marketing list that you've been building up over the years. It could be paid advertising campaigns, organic social media growth. It could be the business cards you hand out at networking events. It could be people that you bump into in Tesco's and you get chatting to, or someone down the pub, for example. Traffic can come into your business from any different source, okay? But when you're actually delivering a specific campaign, then the chances are you'd be running something like a Google ad, a Facebook ad, or LinkedIn ad, that kind of thing. So you're going to be pushing traffic specifically that you've targeted to the top of your funnel. Okay, then we need to do something with them, because at the end of the day, you don't want people just to arrive at your website or your landing page, window shop and see everything that you're talking about and then do nothing. You want to be able to get in front of that person again and again and again until you've nurtured them enough for them to start taking action and purchasing from you. So with the old school rule of thumb of marketing, that you need to have 7 points of contact, you need to basically capitalize on every visitor to your website or landing page. So to capture their leads, there's 2 or 3 ways you can do that. First of all, you can run things like Facebook pixel tracking cookies in your website or on your landing page, so that if that visitor, when they arrive, happens to own a Facebook account, for example, then the account, your marketing account with Facebook, your business account, it will start to build up a picture of all those visitors that have been on your site. I think it goes back as far as 180 days if you've got it set up properly, and essentially you can build up a little captive audience of people that you know that have already visited you at least once, making them a warm lead. They're not somebody you're trying to nurture into your business who've never heard of you before. Now obviously that's really handy if you want to run an advertising campaign back to those people and you want to get that advert about that particular product or service back in front of them again, so you can then put the adverts through Facebook just to those people. You can also run lookalike programs. So if it's, I don't know, think of Joe Blogs, you know, he could be 40 years old, married with 2 kids, at which point if you want to collect all the other Joe Blogs in the UK, you could run a lookalike program in Facebook and then get that advert out in front of everybody that is very similar to Joe Blogs and so on. So it's a very powerful tool, and you haven't had to do anything, or your audience rather hasn't had to do anything apart from visit the page. They haven't even had to click on a button or scroll up or down. They just have had to open that page in their browser for that Facebook pixel cookie to kick in. And obviously there's different versions for different companies out there, but Facebook's the most common one that most people know. Of course, there's also the good old fashioned get somebody into your email marketing list, and they say the money's in the list, and the reason being that obviously you've probably heard it by now, but if something like TikTok that you've spent ages building your account on gets closed like it did in India, then you've just lost instant access to all of those people that you've just nurtured into your business, because you don't own that environment. And that is the same for any social media platform. You get reports of people having spent so much time and energy and effort building their YouTube channels, which, trust me, is a real effort, and then overnight YouTube says they've done something wrong and turns off their account and deletes it. You don't want that to have happen to you, and if it does, you can't really do much about it. But what you could have done to help prevent your business failing as a result of that is to give people a reason to join your mailing list. And that brings me on to level number 3 of the sales funnel here. Giving something away which basically is for free, as in there's no monetary value to it, but there is a value and worth because it's extremely useful and powerful to the people that basically get their hands on it. So this is called a lead magnet. Now, when I say you give it away for free, technically you could say people are paying for that item with their data by passing you in a form their name, email, mobile number, that kind of thing, at which point you get to store it in your mailing list and fire off an email marketing automated campaign to them, maybe over the next 4 or 5 days, to help nurture them back into the top of your sales funnel and have that next point of contact. But essentially the lead magnet, its job is to be that freebie something. It's dangling the carrot in front of the eyes of the prospective client to say, look, I know you've got this problem X, okay, here's my free guide on how to solve X. And it's so useful to them that they would have felt like they've actually parted money to have purchased the solution. Now, here's the thing with lead magnets. Everybody, when this whole concept sort of came about, everybody jumped on the bandwagon and basically put out these PDF guides. This is the most common format of giving a free gift away. The problem is people get so worried about giving that true value that, you know, that they should be paying for, that they give a wishy-washy, weak, rubbish data and information away, or they go and download 100 of these PDF guides from their competitors. Look what these guys are doing, regurgitate into their own format, and all that does is it makes the lead magnet in the kind of ebook PDF kind of process a bit weak, and people are fed up with it. So what you need to do is you still need, the concept of the lead magnet still works 100%. I will totally back that claim, but the method of implementation needs to be powerful. Now, you will see that a lot of people are doing things like 3 mini videos on a mini video series that you go into a membership site, and that's how you collect the data, and then they get these 3 little videos. Or for example, you can go and join a webinar and that kind of thing. You can still give tremendous value away and collect people's data as a result of that gift, but you need to make sure that whatever it is you're saying, whether you're talking it on a video or writing it in a PDF guide, it has to be tremendous goodwill and sort of useful content to your audience, to the point that they won't actually think, well, what's the point of downloading that? That's just rubbish. And they actually blacklist you in their mind as a business. That's what you don't want, okay? So you still need to give tremendous goodwill. Anyway, moving on, the other way around that, which is the process that's kind of being adopted by my business as well quite a lot at the moment, is to give away a very tiny value financial purchase item. So I've got a single pound sign showing on this item just down here. Let me just scroll this page a little bit. Brings us to the bottom half of our sales funnel. Now this is where we call really a tripwire strategy. So let's talk about level number 4 first of all. The reason you offer something of tiny value, and if you can see there, I've only got the £1 sign versus 2, 3 and 4 to represent the tiny value, is that it's a single digit valued item, so basically something between £1 and £9. And the reason you want to give this away is that it's such a cheap item that if the end recipient purchasing this item thinks, oh, this is a load of rubbish, there's no risk involved. I mean, yeah, losing £9, okay, it's not nice, but you're not going to lose any sleep over it. Your business isn't going to go bankrupt over it, that kind of thing. So by actually offering a tiny valued purchase, there's 2 or 3 things that happens as a benefit for your business. First of all, those people that are really willing to part with cash, their hard-earned money to buy your item, are a lot more sort of sought after by your business, because they are more serious as a purchaser and a client, as opposed to someone who's just window shopping on information gathering mode. Okay, so it gets rid of the riffraff, shall we say, so it's a really good gatekeeping technique. The second advantage is that because you've actually had a monetary transaction take place, you've now had reason to collect their name, address, their phone number, their email, and all the other bits and pieces of contact information into your mailing list, making it a lot easier for you to then follow up as a sales process, or get one of your sales guys on the call and say, oh, you know, I saw you, you know, purchase my XYZ book on whatever it was, you know, how did you find it? If you've got any questions, is there anything that we can help with, and it becomes an opening conversation topic for being able to nurture people through possibly a different style of digital sales funnel. But there's just that opportunity, having had that tiny financial purchase made. Now, the reason that we've got the Tripwire strategy down here and the word trust here is because once people part with money, they obviously are entrusting that the product they get back comes back and solves their solution. So whatever this tiny item is, valued item, still has to be on point at delivering whatever it says on the tin, in order to make sure that the person purchasing it thinks, oh my god, this company is amazing. You want that wow factor. You don't want to think, oh, I spent £9 on that, what a waste of money that was, because that negative thought is going to deter them from actually having any trust in you as a supplier, so they're not going to spend any more money with you. So if you can get that wow, as in, oh my god, £9, are you serious? I would have paid like £100 for that. If you can get that feeling and that concept embedded right now on level 4 with that tiny purchase item, when you then throw out another email or whatever it is, marketing campaign, or advertise back to pre-existing clients through remarketing tactics and things like that, and then they see about your next fantastic item on offer, which is level 5 and is therefore a 2-digit sale item, so something now between £10 and £99, you know, the purchase gets a little bit more serious. They've already got the trust that you've, you know, over delivered even on that tiny item. So your recipient, the end recipient of this advertising campaign or this email, will go, oh yeah, okay, £99, that's cool. I will happily, or £49, I will happily go and spend whatever that is to receive whatever that low cost item is, whether it's a service, a product, an event ticket, etc, etc. And borrowing that same concept, you then do the same thing for the next level up. So you've got your medium cost items. Now we're talking about items between £100 and £999, 3-digit sales. So this is when things start to get much more meaty and generally a lot more powerful for your business. But to go in even and do this strategy again for like a high ticket sale for something that's worth £1,000 upwards, and you know, the sky's the limit, is really hard to achieve on a first date. It's like asking someone to marry you on the first time you take them out. You've not had any wooing process, you've not had any courtship, you've not had any reason for this person to trust you, know anything about you. You could be an absolute raving maniac, but how are they going to spend thousands of pounds with you if they know nothing about you and have no context, no background trust, no understanding of you and your business? So that's why in the business to business model that we adopt in McCall Media here, so let me just bring this back on screen properly, we have a 7-part funnel, and the entire thing is known as the sales funnel in my terminology, as it were, as how I teach it to my clients. And essentially that sales funnel is built up of the top half, which is the lead funnel, and the Tripwire upsell strategy in the bottom half, with the overlap being in level 4 with the tiny purchase. So the tiny purchase is either the end of the lead funnel, because then you've got a sale, or it's the beginning of the Tripwire, where actually what your actual ultimate goal is this high ticket priced valued item. Okay. So I just wanted to run through that from you today. Now, all of this process, the reason it's a digital sales funnel is because every single step in this entire process can be 100% tracked, monitored, the statistics, the visitors, the click-through rates, the call to action buttons that are being used. Every single thing can be monitored, tracked, tweaked, perfected, so that what you're doing is you're fine-tuning a real well-oiled income generation scheme into your business that you can actually set on autopilot. Now, I do teach this in a lot of different programs and this, that and the other, and I'm quite happy to jump on a strategy call and help talk through some sort of concept for your business once I obviously get to know who you are and how you could implement something like this in your business. But essentially the idea is here that you do not implement any single aspect of this funnel without having the background monitoring in the background its performance. So for example, if you were going to generate traffic through a paid advertising campaign, there is a strategy to how you implement that paid advertising campaign and which platform you put it on, because you don't want to spend 10, 100, £1,000 on a marketing advertising campaign that brings in no leads. You want to spend £10 and get 10 quality leads that actually are going to purchase from you. For example, if it was a daily advertising campaign and you're paying pound per click kind of thing. So there's lots of different things that you need to bear in mind. This is a lot harder to implement technically than first meets the eye, but if you understand the concept, it means that you've then got the right questions that you can ask or understand the journey that you're on trying to implement it in your business. And that was the goal of this video today. So I hope that helps and summarize what a sales funnel is. Again, there will be different interpretations. Some people will argue that the sales funnel ends at the sale. Some people will say that's just the first milestone. It really does depend on your industry and how you want to operate and work. But inside McCall Media Studios, with our business to business clients, this is how we operate a sales funnel. So if you like this video, please do click that subscribe button to stay notified to my YouTube channel as to when I basically release other videos of this nature, and don't forget to hit the bell to stay notified so you get that little message, and I will see you on another video real soon. Thank you very much for watching.